as well, Universe.
Yeah,
This is
we
the
are
first time we're
playing
also
okay.
seeing this comp, right, for Global Esports here on
Yes.
Ascent. So
Yes.
yeah, so there's going to be a bit of variable as well in how to deal with the standard comp, right, that that we always see on Ascent that Red Adam's actually playing right now. I do like the push here. Push coming in from A short, as there is that quick little dash from Yokap already pushing up onto Heaven.
Oh, there comes Spot on Yudotan. They've taken Heavy in towards A main. Now they're going to have to fight off the Heaven as well. This is a good split by Global Esports. They have to check under Heaven, though. Midnight's gotten one, and he's going to get taken out. The trade is pretty good from Global Esports right now. Established themselves in a 4v2. The split was perfect. Yudotan staying alive on main, waiting for the support, was paramount to their pistol round. And now it's all up to the remaining two players of Adam to maybe try and make some sense out of this round.
Yeah, it's going to be quite difficult as well. There's just so much control that they have. Shock Dart, though, making it a little bit easier, but that Recon Dart will expose the Heaven approach coming in. Still going to be a 4 versus 2, and again, it's just down to the last one on Raz here.
Yeah. Great stuff initially. I love the pathing this time around. Instantly, there's a change of scent. He said he was confident with it, and I like to see it. They took up short, gave so much information to RA, saying, yeah, we're going to head in from Catwalk. We've gotten in, but we're not going to come through the doors. We're not going to give you the satisfaction. Go Heaven, and then Yudotan taking a little bit of attention from that A main double up that they had between the Jet and KO. The minute he got support, great stuff, pushed in from Heaven, and kind of suffocated them on site and that main cavity.
Oh, look at this, man. Very, very immediately, as soon as they got that round win, there's like 3 region shields on the players of Global Esports. So this is the round we actually get to see firsthand how the new defensive item actually works.
Right there.
We've also heard that Deadlock's going to be getting some changes pretty soon, so maybe it could be in the favor of Global Esports if they continue to play this NA-inspired roster. Agent Pool, forgive me.
कोई YouTube का link डालो.
Respecting Graham quite a bit, aren't they?
They definitely are. I think they're just kind of also seeing.
See you tomorrow or tire off
it's an eco round. They're going to be pushing out.
उसके जगह में VR live डालने वाला हूँ.
But Radam's kind of taking the more conservative approach, just to kind of stack here on short. It hasn't paid off, and the timing could actually be bad right now. It's only Ueo that is going to be holding the B side. This is going to be exposing him, and he has
कौन सा चाहिए?
Oh, they've gotten one. All right, that's going to work out. The Bulldog's been picked up, though, and he's somehow been found here. Down to 30, 12 HP.
मैं link भेजता हूँ, कोई TikTok में set it मारो.
Unfortunately, none to protect him from the incoming bullets. 5v3, and it seems like Global Esports' timing of rotation kind of bites them in on their own back. And now it's a difficult situation. Kelly makes it a little easier. Finds the first frag, but they cannot afford to drop any more weapons. They've already given away a Bulldog. These Vandals need to stay alive.
Problem here, though. Oh, the jump out. Look at the damage coming through. It's going to be a complete wipe here. Ueo's the only one inside the smoke. Gets the shot. 17 bullets on the Bulldog. Comes out, and Kelly just shuts him down. Easy.
Yeah,
well,
but
not
pretty
really
expensive round.
Never mind.
I mean, it was a pretty expensive round. Losing 2 Bulldogs in that round is going to be a cause for extreme investment now. But again, it depends on how far that regenerative shield, economy helps them out, because it is, of course, 650 credits. So it is a lot more safer than buying a full shield into it. But Patrick did buy it, so I'm not sure what his buy right now is going to be looking like. We're going to have a look at it as soon as we head in the game. But to mention to all the viewers once again, this is the first time we're seeing Patrick play the Jet on an official capacity, is what I mean to say, with Global Esports. So that is going to be quite the journey.
Thank you.
Okay, that's a quick recon dart. Ooh, 3 spotted already. What's happening? Quick little dash here from Crystal. Looks like.
Oh wait, what?
Oh, never mind. Annihilation just yoinks Ueo at the back of the site. And that's going to be a clear B for Global Esports. And you gotta also notice this. This is a early Annihilation activation from Kelly S at round 3. So he's been stacking up the ult points.
Yeah, he's been farming every orb that he could possibly find, and he got a good bunch of kills as well in the last round. So this is actually a great recovery from Global Esports. It was just about how Patrick could create the space for them to take out that market wall, and he's going to connect his shots as well. it doesn't in his place to trade
देखो
off. If at
CU
all,
tomorrow
these
के
two
जगह
Rare Atom
ना
players decide to push in, but no, they're going
we
for
are
the
like
save.
डाल
And Global Esports,
जो भी
they're
डाल रहा
keen on the hunt
और
here. They're
exclamation
actually
डालो
going all the
red
way into
में
their
दोनों
spawn to actually find them out. Yuno spotted
आगे
them, and
पीछे
there comes Kelly S, and he continues to wrap up these kills. The Filipino IGL duo, you could say.
I mean, there's no
Yes,
real need to
sir.
fear losing weapons right now. They're at momentum. They have the money as well. Might as well take the saves that again Rare Atom could bring into that next round to chase him down. So it seems like Rare Atom is just going for that quick little timeout, already feeling the pressure here, needing to kind of figure out how to deal with this approach that we're seeing from Global Esports. And it's kind of oppressive as well in a way, right? Because you have that double sentinel. If you're able to control the site early or take a site early and plan to spike down, and they still have utility, you have so much stopping power from your opponents trying to retake it, because you can set up the deadlock wall, the traps. The camera is going to be placed in a spot where if you're trying to come in from an awkward angle, it might spot you. So all this stuff is really, I think, kind of layering itself against Rare Atom.
Yeah, and Rare Atom, it's a very early timeout as well. Just 3 rounds in, it seems that the coach is not happy with the way that they've been positioning themselves or playing out these retakes, it seems. But just to mention to the viewers once again as well, Rare Atom also has gone through a complete overhaul of their roster. Midnight is the only one left from that Ascension second place team. Everybody else is actually a new addition. Satoshi, in actual fact, is loaned from XLG, the team that actually won the Chinese Ascension.
Ooh, okay. Let's see
कोई VR लाइफ को बड़ा कर सकते हैं.
This is a quick reminder for our viewers out there. This is patch 9.10, so a lot of changes as we were discussing at the very start of this broadcast, even with the interviews. Lots of stuff again. Just to kind of watch out for. And again, I'm seeing the region shield be bought by some of the players right now, even on the eco for Rare Atom here.
Yeah, it's actually a great tool for that eco round, right? Because it's not too crazy of an investment ahead of the half shield that you can already buy. And you get an extra 25, shield if you're able to take a fight, get back again, and get it back again. So you've basically got extra 25 health anytime, you're able to actually take a decent fight, get back, and just find some more health to get back in that fight again.
This is kind of an interesting setup, though. You already see Global Esports setting up mid, but then they're going to just be hard stacking A main. I wonder if this is going to work out, because there's like 4 players of Rare Atom already set up here. Not yet done, as they're just switching up. Satoshi, great damage with the 2K already, so picks up the Vandal. 2 versus 1, though. This Killjoy is going to have a lot of work. UAO does have the region shield and the Sheriff. This could be a great moment to see how that works out in the clutch factor. Both players from Global Esports down on hell, as UAO slowly inching in. If he jumps on top of them, this is just going to be bad for him. Picks up the rifle, and now slowly tries to pick up from Poppy and teammate, able to make it happen. Global Esports 4-0 already here, Universe.
Yeah, they're feeling confident, even though Rare Atom are actually pretty good at giving in the damage in their eco round. Satoshi got a really good 3K there because of Patrick's weapon that was dropped that he himself took away from him. It could have been close. Once again, Global Esports, they're winning these rounds, yes. But they're having to give out a bunch of their players at the cost of it. Once again, 4 players on the side of Rare Atom with those regenerative shields. And of course, it allows them to buy the op as well. That's actually something that we've not talked about yet, right? Because the full, even though present sometimes is kind of a deficit of a utility that you could buy, not buy if you go for 1,000 credits, right? But the region shield allows you that kind of comfortability. Maybe we can go in for the op more rounds.
Yeah, I guess that's the beauty of it, right? Flexibility in purchase. Look at the setup from Satoshi as he almost goes in. There is the refrag squad that is Global Esports stacked up on that A site. Mid push right now coming in from Rare Atom as well. Razana goes back from B main. He could be spell here. I do like the push coming in right now. That top mid hold is going to get exposed, but Crystal now on top mid as well spots it out.
नहीं मेरे को Discord में भी ठीक ही लग रहा है.
Really correct. Udutad though opens up the B side, and this might actually be a quick rotation from the players unless Minato has something to say about it, but the operator gets shut down, and this is looking much brighter for Global Esports.
Yeah. Zay
Double sentinel comp.
Oh, he tried to crawl in. I think they saw his leg. I'm not sure, but Zay's gonna have to hold on for a little longer. Has a recon, throws it down. It's instantly broken. It's a 1v1. Could have held it for a little longer. Poppy just needs to stay alive. Needs to wait for Udatan to come in from heaven and then double swing him out, and that's exactly what they're gonna do. Pretty straight, simple forward. And that's going to be number 5. In the end, somehow Global Esports just have, you know, the right amount of time to play out the round, and it's been working for them. That could have had a better, you know, point of effect towards B, because Ulatan's been constantly outside that B region. He's been walking in a main, he's been getting free real estate, and he's been exposing where Adam's defense is on that B side. So I feel like they need to try and pressure that out, and I kind of by the looks of the setup, it could be the case.
Yeah, I think more than not right now, Global Esports, they're just kind of stepping on the gas, right? And Rare Adam is not able to kind of just match that speed, which I think is just working in favor of them, because you remember about the operator and everything. I think it's just really just a lack of timing. Like this one, you already see Minato about to go for that fight. Okay, great damage from Poppy though, does get refragged by Satoshi, but now he's the one only holding on to the side. If Yokam just pushes up with the rest of Global Esports, he could be in a really bad position. That paranoia just delays things as he tries to reposition, so we'll see how this kind of goes.
Oh my god, Satoshi! Alright. Incredible spray down. All 3 of them practically line up for him, and now he's on for the ace, but he's pretty low on HP. It's up to Udatan. He's got the neural theft, deploys it, waits for the heaven swing up, but he's not going to be ready to stabilize his aim. Zay clutches it out as finally Rare Adam put themselves on the board thanks to a really great spray down from Satoshi there. On towards short. Honestly, they kind of lined up during the spray as it was happening, not like it was previously done.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing about that was the paranoia.
Yeah,
it was used defensively, right, to stop them. But because it hit multiple of the members of Global Esports, their previous information of where Satoshi was A main. So I think they were kind of setting it up for that. And then once they kind of just didn't figure out he was there, tried pushing in, Satoshi just had, as you mentioned, a great position to just spray down like 3 people. And by then it was just too late for Global Esports to really recapture the situation. Oh, good shot from Yokam, though.
Yeah, no, all by himself though, Minato going out towards mid. No real support coming in from him. The recon far too late there. Reactive to that drone that came up. Misses the second shot, and Zay's going to trade back in the form of Crystal. But here comes the ultimate. The Annihilation is going to pull him all the way. Look at the speed. I would say just kind of getting pulled across the map here. And that is a kill for free. Man advantage back to Global Esports now. And look at Poppy's position. He gets another one. And one by one, Rare Adam just kind of getting disintegrated into nothing.
Yeah, that's rather the unfortunate thing for them. That made the top contact. It was pretty good. Now, Satoshi's going to be the one to at least hold the fort for the A site by himself in the 4 versus 1. Not the easiest, especially when there's just so many smokes. There's not going to be, you know, the Sova to expose his position, so maybe he can at least reposition with the Shrouded Step and hopefully get a couple of clutches in. Now that he sees the gravity well placed in front of him, he does know this is going to be an AX 20 seconds in hand. Great shot from Satoshi, though. This sets things up. That smoke allows him to reposition, but again, he has to wait for his teammate, so that silent spike could happen, will happen, and he's already down, so this leaves Ueo by himself in a 1 versus 3.
Out of charges.
Yeah, you mentioned it. He had to wait for his teammate, but the minute that call was made, he just stepped out, maybe looking for another peek. He's feeling confident, Satoshi, so he's not afraid to take any fights, no matter the number of players on the opponent's side on the site. And once again, it's going to be Rare Adam taking another timeout here. 2 in the same half to just kind of try and stop the bleeding as much as possible. They do have a good ultimate economy right now, Asarai. They've got 4 ults, and I think they're 1 orb away from the 5th as well. So this should be a round where they kind of focus around those ultimate economy to try and, make Global Esports feel uncomfortable, especially on that mid region, because Global Esports have been finding that mid region, pretty convincingly so far. And Rare Atom, no real footprint to, establish any sort of control in terms of real estate.
So I'm not sure how correct this next state I'm gonna say is, but I feel like even though they do have like 4 out of their 5 ultimates available right now, right? It doesn't feel like it's the strongest to use for retake, especially when again they can the post ban setups for Global Esports have been very strong. I think the biggest one would probably be KO, and if they can have UAO's lockdown available, that's going to be quite huge. But without the lockdown, it's going to be, I feel, quite difficult considering what the previous rounds have kind of showed us. But again, as well with the weaker weapon, so this might not be the hottest of things. Maybe if Minato is going to go nuclear with the jet blades, it could be something different. But again, not yet too hopeful for Rare Atom, at least in this round, especially with the weaker buy.
Yeah, they've already triggered one of their ultimates as knives have been put in. The updraft's already been
volume
deployed, though, so he's not going to have that. He's not going to have any verticality in this round, if at all he needs, in an actual situation. He was expecting that B push. And look at Global Esports' discipline. They knew that, Rare Atom might try something different this round because they've got 4 different ultimates. And I'm just... looking at the fact that maybe they're letting this round go by Rare Atom in the hopes that they can build up that, Killjoy ultimate so that the lockdown can be worked upon on retake. But their biggest win condition in that kind of situation is going to be to take out Crystal, because his Hunter's Fury is just going to nullify that, buildup of a lockdown to practically nothing.
Yeah, this is rough for Minato. He's already expended the tailwind as well as the updraft just to maybe get that contact. So he's going for the hero plays right now. But Global Esports, they're not giving him any satisfaction, man. They're just like, yeah, we're just gonna play our methodical, slow approach this round and then explode. But then during that process, he's kind of used all of his, safety abilities. So now it's all about the big contacts here for Minato if he can make it happen.
Oh, look at that ultimate. They've spotted. They know there's multiple backside. He spots one, but he's not going to be ready for it. Crystal does get a trade, though. And this is going to be a brawl here. They're ready for it. One goes down. Zay does get another player down, but that's going to be it. It's a 3 versus 2. The knives still active, by the way, for Minato. Midnight's got his ultimate as well. If they decide to go for this, 1 kill is necessary, but that stun, again, it's those deadlock stuns, man. They're so annoying to play against, especially when you're trying to enter a site like this. Because how often are you going to think about, okay, I need to walk around these, avenues to make sure that I don't, step into a stun and get caught? It's not that often, especially because those deadlock stuns almost instantaneously catch you if you're right next to it in, just the slightest of vicinity.
Yeah, it's such a hard place to be in right now for Rare Atom. Again, their linchpin that's supposed to be Minato is just at 1 kill. Now he's picked up the operator to see if he can make this work. Oh, this is going to be the thing to watch out for. Patrick and Minato, 1 versus 1. But sorry,
wow.
under Yokam, and he hits the shot. Ouch. Yeah. That's gotta be wrong. That's an operator out of the equation already.
Yeah.
He loses mid control as well here for the rest of Rare Atom. So they have to re-encapsulate with Midnight slowly creeping in, but there's like 3 players already. Peeks this out, he might actually slow down.
Trade from Midnight as he runs away instantly. He is on 20 HP, so he cannot afford to fight anymore. The op's been spotted again, though. Zay's got pretty much control of the entire B site in his hands. Unless, of course, he thought that Global Esports are going to try and tread towards their spawn. Not going to be the case. It's going to be towards short. Satoshi has an op himself. Out goes the updraft and the paranoia as well. Another all committed here. Zay's going to try and slow them down. He does get the tag onto Patrick, and Patrick's gone. As it's up to Poppy now to maybe try and open things up for main. He's been hurt, though. And Satoshi holding a pretty great angle. Not ready for the close-up from short, though. At Midnight, doing his level best to just kind of stay alive here on 20 HP. Crystal needs to check this. He's going completely undetected here. He might get away with it. Nah, Poppy more than ready for it. And it's left Zay alone with that Odin. And he's probably going to pop out of that smoke in just about a second. But Global Esports already repositioning together on Heaven. There's no way he's going to expect this, and it's over. 8-1.
Yeah.
And the absolute dominance from Global Esports has been immaculate, barring a couple of decent moments from Rare Atom. Nothing solid, though, from them.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's just, again, the just hollering back to what Juvenile said about just being able to just do whatever you want to do and ask forgiveness later about it. And I think right now, Global Esports, they're doing everything, and if they win this first map, they're not going to ask any forgiveness from Juvenile because it is looking so dominant right now, Universe. I think the biggest thing that we have to also watch out for here is just, I think, just how good the flush out of each of these contacts has been for Global Esports. Every contact that they've kind of seen, they kind of get it. Sure, there's going to be, you know, some collaterals here and there, but it's not enough that it really ruins the game plan overall for Global here.
Absolutely. That contact burst play and also the fact that they have no flashes is not at all affecting them, is it? They're playing absolutely perfect, even though they're not having to push people off of, you know, these corners that they might be peeking upon. But Rare Atom, they're actually not holding any of these angles. They're getting almost scared to fight Global Esports at times. A flash comes in from them to set up Zay, but Yudotan's far away from that. A is currently the call, and Rare Atom already on the rotation here. The wall's gonna take out Garden from the equation, but it's gonna be Patrick to entry in. He's got one on Heaven, and Satoshi just shuts him right down. As Crystal enters and up close, he's going to try and keep the control of the line.
I gotta say, Satoshi's been such a huge momentum swing for Rare Atom, even though it's not the... It hasn't really swung in around their way. Maybe he gets a chance here, but yeah, that's just great isolation from the rest of Global Esports right now. Minano's going to have to go nuclear as he goes back into the cover of the Cloudburst, but spotted out by Urutan and Crystal, and that's going to be down for him. 9-1 as Global Esports keep this tempo, this momentum, this just domination of Rare Atom rolling.
You know, I genuinely don't care if, you know, Patrick died every single round even from now, because his work as the fact that he's entering into the site the way he is, that smoke and the dash in, and then he's alive for 2, maybe 3 more seconds, and that's more than enough for his team to kind of flush in at right behind him. The fact that he's staying alive for those 2 seconds is giving Global Esports everything they need to trade him off instantly the minute he finds that little gap of space in the site. Because the attention he grabs, and of course on top of that, the bullets that he's going to spray just instantly makes 2 people look towards his general direction. And he's genuinely doing great work, even though he's at the bottom of the scoreboard.
This is going to be rough. It is going to just be the one player holding once again. Midnight.
Here we go again. Here we go again.
Oh no. No one's going to be able to save him, man. And Satoshi's already got an A main. This means A site completely Global Esports is to just pick up.
Interesting place for a lockdown. You actually could spam it down. I'm not sure, but Global Esports keen on fighting this. They know one's stuck on the left. They're trying to spam him out of that little space, but they're not going to be able to. They're going to just restrict themselves to main, but they've got an open side of line, and this almost maybe didn't work at all because they've got no smokes there. And it's just going to be a massacre on Heaven for Rare Atom. Questionable ult of that, but they had to commit it because they had no Garden control. A-Shard was completely open and they were forced to put it down on Heaven. But unfortunately, on the flip side of it, Global Esports were completely ready for the fact that they can just sit 3 players down on A main and have a firing squad ready for whatever Rare Atom throws at them.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The biggest thing about that is if they didn't plant or if they didn't set the lockdown on that, you know, default garden spot, right? They don't. A main does not get hit as well by the lockdown. So
yeah,
there's even more incentive right now for Global Esports to just hold A main because, as you mentioned, there's no smoke, so they're just gonna get pushed or they're just gonna hold the angle. If they start, you know, peeking out, it's gonna be more of a raw aim duel, and then, you know, Global Esports is just in a better spot to kind of just deal with that.
Yeah. Extreme fight towards mid-region right now. They spotted 2. There comes the grenade, but it's going to be Yokham who just swings out wide and takes out his counterpart. And he knows one more towards Market. But they're going to let him live for now. They're just waiting for the, you know, any sort of backup to come in from their spawn region. But nothing of that sort. Rare Atom not moving an inch from where the rest of the players are. They've just left Zay in towards market to fend off for himself as Global Esports now wait for Random to make their move. A good paranoia. Not going to give too much to Zay, though, as Midnight goes out towards short, gives up his life, and it's just fragmented how Rare Adam are getting picked off. One by one, peeking out in angles that they're giving voluntary fights to Global Esports where they're outnumbered. Mistakes, it's kind of just become desperate at this point, isn't it?
Exactly where you are.
30 seconds left.
It really has been. And Satoshi's just already spotted. Now they're just going for the kill. Poppy, he wants to look at that man. He cannot. Satoshi, great reposition though, so he might be able to at least clean up a couple of houses, you know, pad the stats. Able to get 2 kills, but that's going to be that for this first half. 11-1 in Global Esports. Incredible performance against Rare Adam here.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Satoshi's been the only shining light in a rather dull Rare Adam who've been just kind of struggling to keep the pace up with Global Esports. Even at times when Global Esports kind of slow down, play on the contact burst, they've just not been able to reposition to right angles where they're supporting each other, getting the trades. Because number one problem right now for Rare Adam is the fact that the trades are almost non-existent.
Yeah. When you're getting pressed this much by Global Esports, that's all about the trades, right? They've been just kind of approaching these contact points with like 3 to 4 members at any given moment. It's so difficult to be in that spot as Rare Adam if you only have like one player on contact. Now it's just going to be full blast on mid. We'll see how this goes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I mean,
so
I'm
that's
just saying words right now as it's just Global Esports, man, taking all the kills.
Okay. The classic was supposed to be slightly inaccurate, but of course the free weapon still takes away 2 there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. How do you feel about that change? Are you a classic abuser, or do you always get abused by one?
Both. I do like the classic a lot more than the ghost. The thing is, it's not as effective as the ghost, sure, but you on pistol rounds you get yourself a shield, you get yourself some better more utility if possible, right? And if you just kind of hold your position for a little bit, it's accurate enough. Not at it has good damage, but don't try to shoot at it in far range against someone that has a ghost or a sheriff. You're definitely gonna lose. But
yeah,
if you play around it, it's a great weapon, and again, it's free.
Yeah, of course, it is indeed free. Where Adam, of course, with a desperate final buy here, it is match point, and they could be looking at a 13-1 loss in their first map of face-off, which, of course, is not a great statement going into the second map. But it is going to be their pick, of course. We're heading to split after this, so who knows what could change there. For the moment, playing a bit of a default here as well as it seems they've just kind of split up between mid and A mostly. And they're just kind of retreating back from A now after giving a bit of initial contact, waiting for Global Esports to do something. Maybe the attack right now is heading towards B, where they've got Patrick and Yurotan waiting for them.
Okay, they're setting up everything right now. Good timing on the recon dart before he does get hit by the blade as well. Before he gets hit by the KO blade, right? Midnight's taking some brunt of damage already. Mid is exposed, but I think this is a trap that Global Esports do want to play in. They do have Yudotan as well as Yokam just here, or rather Patrick the angle with all of this specters. And this is just going to be a wipeout. Only one player remaining, and he's stuck all the way in mid.
Yeah, too far, too fragmented, and too less of everything almost at this point. Where Adam, they're not going to be feeling good about this at all. You can see a couple of smiles there, but you know, just to give them a little credit as well, ladies and gentlemen, this team as well is almost just as new as Global Esports is. You know, they've lost their Ascension second place team. They went to the final. They went to the final with them back then, and they just couldn't make it all the way through. And on the back end of that, Midnight's the only one who survived that entire roster. He's the only one who's there right now, and the rest of them are still settling in, finding their way. So having a difficult time, just like how we did yesterday on Haven. But yeah, I hope that cat sitting right there can give them a little bit of joy. You know, maybe just a couple of cuddles will help them right now. Yeah, there's a cat on the tear on the left side where the.
Okay. I thought that was just a fluffy pillow.
No, it's a cat.
Okay, I apologize. I gotta say though, it was a very dominant performance for Global Esports. I gotta give credit where credit is due. Rare Adam, Satoshi, absolute menace against Global Esports. There were some rounds that I thought Global was going to lose, like 2 to 3 rounds in the first half, because of just how well Satoshi was anchoring that site by himself. And again, the stats do show with the 12 to 14 and the 275 ACS to his name.
Utility
Yeah.
बराबर.
Well, he's been pretty great himself. I think by a clear shot, the MVP is of course the IGO Kelly's. He's been incredible with those annihilations. Every single one he's hit has connected, by the way, and for sure has gotten him a free kill. So it's been incredible how they've been able to read where the positions of these players are, and it's almost like they're setting up these guys. Their opponents into these gaps where Kelly can just shoot that, laser beam through the sky and find a great kill, right? So we're going to have a lot of this maybe looking forward to, in the upcoming games. Maybe we see another Ascent tomorrow or the day after, unless the other team that comes on starts to ban Ascent, you never know, because this was a great showing from Global Esports.
अरे जो स्टोरी डाला है वापस अपने इस पे डालो.
I gotta say as well, as a follow-up here, I was a little bit apprehensive with the double sentinel at the very start, but with how well I think the other pieces of Global Esports was able to play in the first half, it felt like already there for Global Esports.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm just really glad that we played a lot more like a team today. And who better to tell us about this than the coach himself, Juvie. I'm pretty sure you've got a big wide smile on your face right now, and I would love to see. I'm pretty sure the fans would love to see it. Tell me, what was the idea behind this Ascent comp?
Yeah, this is actually the comp we ran with Lev. We cooked up, me and Idapata cooked up for Lev. Let's be honest, we stole it from Tier 2 NA team. There was a Tier 2 NA team that was running this comp, doing really well. Tier 2, so we stole it and made it our own. I've made a few changes. We ran Omen before, now we're running Astra instead. And I feel like that makes a big difference for the comp too. I think it makes the defaulting a little bit easier. Astra's able to play, A main pretty passively, and it's been good. It's a really good comp. Yeah, it's really strong. We have a team who beat it pretty badly, running a different comp, but against meta, this comp pretty much destroys.
Yeah, can I ask at least which kind of counter it does to the meta comp on Ascent? Does it hurt the KJ a lot more, or I'm just kind of curious, what was the thought process, with this to counter stuff, if it's okay to ask?
No, the whole point of the comp to you just deny information. Like, we have all of B main, we have all of A main, we have all of mid. They have no information. And at that point, you basically just walk contact at this point, walk up, because at this point, they're forced to start peeking with their bodies. Now they got to jump spot, now they got to swing, they got to do something, because they have no information on what's going on around the map. And it's just denies information, and it makes it really easy to play. It's a super simple, easy comp to play, not much to it.
There was, of course, a phrase that you mentioned, when we were talking about that flashes are overrated, right? And you showed that, in this comp, clearly no flash. The Omen also would be the only one, if at all you were playing, that would have given you the one little, paranoia that could set up stuff. But you went completely off the flash, trajectory. What's the idea behind that? Tell me a little bit about what your thought process of having no flashes, to set up your duelist, or maybe something around that, works. How has this been successful?
Yeah, I mean, flashes are great when you're executing and when you're retaking. Those are the two things you never want to do with this comp. You never want to execute, you never want to get into retake situations. Because if you're in a retake situation, you just don't have the util. You don't have the util to execute well. You can really only execute when you have ults with this comp. So it's just, like I said, flashes are overrated. I don't know. That's really all there is to it, man.
Yeah, for sure. Because it felt like the flashes that, Rare was kind of setting up against you felt not as effective. The one thing that me and Universe were kind of discussing while the game was happening was Satoshi was kind of the one player from Rare Atom that was giving trouble to Global Esports. Can I ask just, did you give any words to GE during this time, to kind of just face against Satoshi, or were they just kind of discussing on how themselves and how to kind of deal with Satoshi here?
No, I mean, I mean, he obviously had that one round, that 3K when he was near Jin, and honestly, that was more of a fuck up on our end. Mark or Yokum or Patrick Hu or Patrick Y for this point. One way to our own team into him. So there's just a little mistake. I mean, he obviously played well, but it's tough to play well when you lose 13-1. Nobody's gonna have a good score, you know.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, you've got Split coming up, and I feel like a little bit of a redemption, maybe, you know, you're crawling up your nerves right now. Any thoughts about what you might expect from Rare Atom on this map? Because, of course, this is their map pick.
I assume stop seeing us lose to Naus on Split. I think they're just gonna run double duelist. And if they run double duelist, I feel like we made the changes. Like I said, we didn't lose because of the comp. You guys can go back and watch my VOD from yesterday. I did a VOD review of us playing Split yesterday, and then we didn't lose because of the comp. There's tons of a bajillion other mistakes that happened that add up to a loss, right? And so today is just clean up those mistakes, be more proactive and less passive, and I think we'll be fine.
All right. Well, Juvie, thank you so much. Great first game for today. Hopefully, it's going to be continuing on the next as well. All the best for Split. We'll see you at the end of it.
Hashtag GE winning, boys.
GE winning indeed. We'll find out how far that can go. Yeah, we'll find out. You know, he's here to change that hashtag. You know, we're GE fighting until last year. Now he's like, nah, it is going to be GE winning. And, well, I'm glad. I'm glad. You know, it's time about, you know, Global Esports, you know, we start winning. And we're going to see, hopefully, that on Split as well. But Adam, I'm not going to count them out just yet. Split is a really tricky map with them as far as I've seen in the previous, you know, tournament that they played. They do play double duelist, but they've kind of shifted around it a little bit. Like I said, they can play multiple comps. So maybe profile here, seeing what Global Esports already played yesterday, they could adjust to that and give them more trouble than they did on this one.
Double sentinel.
Yeah, I will say though as well, there is a lot
Double
more
sentinel
variance
thila single initiator kaun sa
in
tha?
terms of rotation and whatnot.
Absolutely.
So there could be a part where
Sova liya
you know,
PO की
the
जगह
control for Global Esports might shift a little bit compared to what we saw in a
Sentinel, Cypher और Deadlock तुम लोग बोल रहे थे और Omen.
Rare Atom goes about this. We'll have
Yeah,
to
Astra.
this kind of
Astra.
unravels again.
Astra.
Juvenile was mentioning that double duelist could pop out, and it could spell a little bit more difficulty because I think the biggest problem for Rare Atom on Ascent was they didn't really have
कौन सा Ledolus?
players willing to really
Jet?
peek and
Jet,
be
yeah.
safe. Sure, they had that part with Minato.
Jet
They
अच्छा है
burned
ना
his utility quite well, quite quickly. Imagine if there was a Yoru in this time or Raze that's adding up a little bit more control around the map. Maybe that's going to help out Rare Atom. But again, it's still to be seen what they actually pick up and bring here onto on Split.
Yeah, I think, you know, a little bit more of a setup.
अरे वो पूरा timing पे रहते हैं कि
really
होता
helped them.
है
Trades were the number one
Timing
problem
of
for
that
them because they were getting caught out in places where nobody in any part of the map could actually help them out, because you could see Minato sticking along with Midnight at times where, you know, he could set up a flashes, but Minato was never in a position to take the fight convincingly enough where the flash points would help him out in that case. But now, I think things are going to change. Of course, we might end up seeing the breach as well from their end. A lot of different things that could be expected. I'm completely unsure about what Rare Atom are going to be bringing into this particular version of Split against Global Esports, because we see Global Esports do run and love that Neon. So and the Sova as well. They play that Sova on Split, which of course is you know, an anomaly. You don't really see that agent, but Crystal has got
अभी इधर ये लोग ऑफ सीजन जीतेंगे.
What do you feel about that Neon Split comp with the Sova?
सीओल के लिए
Honestly, I
बर्लिन वाली के लिए
like it a lot.
बर्लिन के टाइम है जनवरी में चालू होगा सीजन.
You know, because of how many smokes setups you have with the controller.
ये तो ऑफ सीजन चल रहा है.
Play that Viper Astra, so there's a lot of not being able to see through that, obviously, and then you have the
अरे वो नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, जैसे वो अमेरिका का हुआ था ना क्वालिफायर्स, वैसे यहाँ का भी होगा ना.
clarity to
हाँ होगा
focus his efforts on, right?
नहीं VCT के लिए नहीं है.
Mid lane on Split, so that kind of helps it out a little bit. The only problem I think right now, if you're going to be playing with Sova on Split, is the same thing that we've been having issues with.
5 stack होगा तो नहीं आएगा.
Is that it takes too long to kind of set up, and you're kind of bursting in as Patrick, so they have to find. Excuse me, they have to find.
ए उसका वो पार्सल आया क्या?
Able to set up while he's about to just kind of rush right in. So definitely something you just kind of watch out for here as Global
फिर कब देना है?
That change of tempo between these two players can definitely be a problem.
Absolutely. Well, we're gonna find out what
कल
Verano
परसों
have got in store for us, ladies and gentlemen. The agent select coming up right now, as we're gonna see Global Esports stick to their
एक्स्ट्रा
usual.
वापस
And yep, Midnight's gonna
क्या
be
चल
taking
एक
on
स्मोक
the
एक्स्ट्रा
big bad breach there.
एक्स्ट्रा खेल
Got
लो
Minato and Razor Yoru coming in, so they're gonna be doing the exact same thing that they did in their previous
खेलते हैं
game
लोग इसमें।
in the Chinese tournament that they played. Satoshi's gonna
पीने
continue on
से
the Omen,
के तू
and
निकाल
it's a
जल्दी नहीं
pretty
सकता
aggressive comp here for Rare Adam. That's right. I
यूरो और
don't expect them to kind
वो
of
लोग
play
सिंगल
as slow as
स्मोक्स
they
के
did
साथ जा
on
रहे
Ascent, of course, because they need confidence right now, and I think
हैं
they need
और
to start with the pistol itself. And given the fact that they're starting off on what is
पर
considered to
मिड
be
और ये संभाल सकते
historically the slightly more
हैं अकेले
weaker side of Split, they will need at least 4, maybe 5 rounds before going into the
अच्छा
second half.
जाएगा
Yeah, fair enough, right? But there is a lot of stopping power right now for Global Esports. They got Kelly S is playing on the
एक्स्ट्रा
Viper.
अच्छे ही है
I think there was some discussion
बहुत
yesterday
अच्छा है
about people just saying, "Oh, Viper, that's kind of interesting." But I think it's very
एक
strong.
तो वाइपर भी इतना लंबा स्टॉल करेगा अपना वाइपर वॉल के
The
साथ
wall just being able to be placed even before your Astral Ultimate is
ये
there, so
कितना
you
लंबा
have something to
के
separate
साथ
pushing into a site. It's safety for yourself.
जाएगा
So
योरू है
I
ना
really do like this one. It also stops maybe the approach of what comes after the raise, because you place the snake bite on certain good locations, especially with the gravity well. There's a
नहीं
lot
रे
of combinations
सोलो के लिए
that
ठीक
really
नहीं है
mess up Rare Adam if they're not careful, or if they're not able to
ब्रीच
kind of
चाहिए
lob it
अटैकिंग तो
towards
अच्छा है इनका मैं वो तो बोलूंगा अटैकिंग बहुत अच्छा है
Yeah, well,
डिफेंस
here they
देखते
go
हैं
once again. They're going in towards ramps. Kelly gonna hold them off, but look at how quickly Minato's
भाई
coming
जल्दी घूम
from
गया ये
the mid region, supported by Satoshi, and now it's Yutatan alone on site to try and defend this for as
ये
long as he
छोटे स्क्रीन
can.
पे दिख ही नहीं
Gone
रहा
down to 22 already. Nade's gonna push him off his angle as well, and he's got no chance of surviving here. And already
अटैकिंग
penalty on
खतरनाक है
metal, it seems, for Rare Adam. Of course, with this comp, you would expect this. And now they're ready to go in all the way towards their spawn. One gun, but that's all he's gonna get. Satoshi gets taken out as well. 1v2, and of course,
Two v one,
better than the clutch master himself, Poppy. He's gotten multiple of these clutches in his hands. The win rate is pretty high, but it's all about the crossfire that he needs to break. But Zay takes him out from under heaven, and that's going to be Rare Adam's first round
मैंने देखा नहीं सर
on
नहीं 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 खेल
Yeah. That was very
चक्कर में नहीं
messy
खेला ये
for
लोगों
both teams. I think that that exchange of
वाइपर का
flashes
वॉल
was
था
just
ना मिड
enough
पे
so that
तो ये लोगों ने
Minato,
सोचा नहीं रहेगा
that mid push coming in from Rare Adam was enough to kind of just pinch in. You saw how I think confused
अरे पर
Global
डीपी
Esports
होता है ना
was
तो तू जल्दी
Yeah.
मर भी
that
सकता
contact. They really wanted to hold the top of ramp, and unfortunately didn't really have time to retreat back, right?
ये
They had to,
ए से डाला है ना
back into their own part of the A site, so that was just a really big hit. Now kind of just
नहीं ए से डाला है वो बॉल ए से डाला है
from Rare Adam, and no one's home. B side just
Yeah.
ए रैम से डाला है
abandoned.
Yeah, it's going
और
to
सर
be pretty easy
इधर
for them to
डाला है
plant down. But Global Esports, yesterday and even the day before, they've actually been pretty good on
Let's
these eco
stack it,
rounds.
yeah.
So
इको था ना
even though they
Stack it.
stack the other site, most usually they're able to actually dish out
वही सोच रहे हो लोग
really
एक ही
good
घूम रहे
damage.
जब ये लोग
And
पहला
even in
राउंड
some,
जीत गए
half the cases actually win these rounds because they're not too pressured by the time of the spike as it
जीतने की
goes
कोशिश
down.
Leona
की
So we're gonna see how
ले
exactly
बाहर
the
का
force is. 4 right now on the flank, as Crystal's just gonna hold on towards mid to see if anybody's
ये लोग फिर बाहर का फैक्ट निकाल के ना गन नहीं लेंगे
Rare Adam, because the minute they've seen this tripwire get triggered, I think that they're gonna start moving in more towards.
पर अभी लोग spawn चले जाएंगे, defender spawn.
And there it is, Midnight keeping his aftershock ready. Stun comes in. It's gonna be Patrick who has to give up his life, but the rest of the team can pretty easily just die to the spike here, except for maybe dropping a couple weapons.
ही नहीं
They
मिला
will
ऊपर
drop
से
one Vandal, and that's gonna be not retrieved by anybody.
ये क्या कर रहा है अटैक
from,
कर रहा है या डिफेंड कर रहा है
this side.
Wait, Crystal.
Crystal,
Defend
though,
her.
he does pick up the Vandal, but no, he goes down at the very last second. Midnight just says, nope, you're not getting away with anything. And that's just plain unlucky, man.
Yeah, that's great timing though from our Adam. They definitely wanted. They definitely have a.
अभी वाइपर का वॉल चेंज कर दिया
compared to that ascent
अभी
that
से डाला
that we saw. I actually thought Crystal
नहीं
forgot to.
नहीं नहीं ये कहाँ से डाला पता है क्या ये मिड के बाद अपन आते देखना टनल में से डाला
Now,
Yep.
oh, this is interesting. Oh, okay, never mind. He bumps his head on the ceiling. Okay, it's all good. We're done. No more aggressive play on to B for now.
Yeah. happens to the best of us. Give them a little bit of initial contact sound and have gotten away from there, and also a fake TP towards A. They've triggered the fake out as well, just to make sure that Yurotan is going to keep
Mid पे सिर्फ orb है ना Viper का.
Patrick, but Global Esports, look at this. They're going to go for that re-clearance towards B main as a 3-stack. And this might actually be really good information from
ये लोग mid rotate कर चुके हैं अभी.
There's nobody from Bear Adam except for Yuo, and he is gonna
Cam नहीं है क्या उधर?
He's holding it. He's calm mid to come back here. One flash could actually kind of turn things around.
छोड़ेंगे नहीं रे.
He's holding it for a little too long as they swing out and find the spike as well. Satoshi's here. A deep start, smokes it off, and that's Global Esports in control of the win condition of this round for Rare Adam.
Party भाई.
This is just bad. Satoshi had the
तो अंदर आ
shadows. Maybe he
दूसरा duelist किधर है? दोनों आ गए.
You know, rotated all the way to the A site, but this is not looking too good. They could potentially just retake this completely as they're coming from that wraparound on B main, right? But the problem with that is it's still a 5 versus 2. And
yeah,
if they show themselves
round तो निकल गया D का.
that's gonna call back the other two players, and there's not really enough time, so maybe just save the weapons.
कोई
Live
पीक
and
ही
fight
नहीं
for
कर
another
रहा.
round, but they're wanting this blood here, Universe, and they're trying to at least take some bodies away from Global Esports. There's just no time left, though.
Yeah, maybe just picking up that Vandal is going to be the best decision, or the Phantom, whatever is dropped. Crystal's just going to hold this angle.
Gravity से ही निकल गया.
Discipline. No more lives lost for Global Esports except for the
लोग क्या कर रहे हैं? Mid छोड़ रहे हैं मगर A में या B में एक में से push
really
कर
good
रहे हैं.
stuff, and they've been doing this, you know, in their previous games as well. When a team kind of, you know, aggresses a certain part of the map, they're just gonna wait for them to kind of stop making their noise, and then they go as a 3 or as at least a 4 to make sure that they find map control back again. So Global Esports' major gameplay, like, you know, Juvenile's mentioned, has been contact burst, right? He's been really stressing upon getting map control on just pure contact, and it's been working for them so far.
Yeah, again, when you're a lot more proactive, you see where your opponent wants to play. It gives you ideas or, you know, good information on how to kind of adjust, on how to approach things as the round progresses. So it's a very good way of approaching this. Of course, the only problem is if you're not good at dueling, you will fall down. But Global Esports, they're pretty good on that, man. They're pretty good on that on that level.
Yeah, they've lost the smokes now, and of course they're playing the only one smoker comp here. So the Omen's gone, which means it's going to be really difficult for them to actually get into these sites. Unless, of course, it's a split push, which is going to be coming in from the Heaven. Kelly, Crystal, both available here, but there's a showstopper to try to maybe ease things up. It's not going to work, though, as it connects to nobody. But the guys from main actually just get in and find the trades. It's perfect movement from Adam to actually cause chaos inside, and even the Global Esports on the trades, it's come down to a 2v2. Ueo gonna put in a cam just to check anybody's up close, nobody around that smoke. Yurotan now to maybe find some information. Patrick's gonna clear out under Heaven. Both these players of RA playing on the back of sight. They've seen the stun, they've heard him, they know that at least one's here. The wall's gonna help him out. He swings at him! What a shot from Patrick! Oh my god, the readjustment, and this agent is absolutely nuts.
First of all, it was a godly play from Patrick. And getting a neon nerf in the next couple of patches. So please, my god. That is sick though. Let's look at this.
सोच रहे हैं कि एक मतलब trade कर लेंगे ये लोग.
First accuracy contact after the slide is just brutal. But yeah, I was about to say, he did have the stun.
पता अगर वो stun अगर उस तरफ होता ना तो ये लोग damage भी नहीं दे पाते थोड़ा.
So as soon as he didn't see
ऐसे भी अभी damage नहीं
he immediately knows that it's going to be either B main, but of course it's going to be.
अरे breach को main खेलना चाहिए था Cypher के जगह.
So just really good.
मतलब दोनों
retake there from
mains में होते हैं दोनों ऐसा crossfire रहता.
Oh, here they go once again. Similar pathing as they've taken that B Heaven control convincingly, Adam. And Global Esports happy to give it away, actually. They're more comfortable playing on site and letting Adam come to them. As they are on an eco right now, RA. And they spotted one Vandal. So they know there's at least one rifle on this squad right now. And Kelly is very keen to challenge it. And it's a good challenge, but Minato, on the back of a cosmetic stun, is able to take down the Viper. And he survived by just 3 HP. The decision right now would be good for him to, pass over that weapon to the Euro, and he loses it, and they've lost that Vandal that could have helped them win the round. 1-for-1 trades coming in. Where Adam's still in this round at the moment, but it's going to be Patrick to try and make them lose everything. Sliding out, going everywhere, and the confidence on this kid with that Neon is absolutely sky high.
Yeah. His name's Patrick, it's not Rick. To get the
Yes,
the reference.
I think
You're old.
There's very few people who
30
got it.
seconds left.
Oh, I'm sad. Okay, sorry. Going back into the game now, 2 versus 1. Midnight. He's got the spike. If he gets the plant on this A site though, right? He will have Rolling Thunder. The only big problem is, yeah, there is the utility on the Cypher already. They might not be able to spot out
10 seconds left.
Okay, never mind. He's not gonna spot it. He needs to clear it out before he wants to play at the back of the site as well, or try to be a lot more proactive and start fighting a 2 versus 1 as soon as possible.
Oh yeah, and yeah, okay, yeah. That's exactly what I was afraid.
Neon है ना, ऐसा jiggle भी करता है, मस्त fast भी करता है.
Yo, this kid is crazy, man. He just jumps out. Yeah, of course. Slide. It's actually really almost unbeatable up to a point where how on earth, even if you kill him there, right? How are you gonna readjust so quickly to take out Yuratan, who's ready for it? And that's exactly what happened in the retake of the previous round as well, right? Back aside. Patrick just swung out, and even if he had lost his life there, Yuta would have gotten both of them, pretty sure.
Yeah. The ability right now of Global Esports to just keep kind of cascading slowly and trading, even though you don't think it's gonna happen, has been such a big problem right now for Rare Adam. And unfortunately for Rare Adam here, it is showing a lot more. Again, they got a couple.
Oh wow! Oh, that is just amazing from Crystal. Instant ultimate. The Hunter's Fury is gonna catch 2 and take him off completely from the grid. And Midnight was tagged by it too, so he's down to 70 HP. And a full buy round, by the way. Just boiled down to 2 players who are just struggling even for information at this point. It's just a matter of 15-20 seconds.
It's brutal. And again, it just feels like there's great guesses.
What the fuck, यार मेरा 50% डेटा चला गया.
I don't want to say guess. It probably is like
ये
confident
तुम
plays
लोग
right now, right?
आईजी कैसे बंद करते?
Esports. Sure, it's a 3-2.
अरे को मोड होता है ना,
But it was a
ये तो
big turnaround swing.
बंद कर सकते हैं.
You know what? If this doesn't work, we still have so much utility to kind of retake everything else.
नहीं
We
है.
have Patrick who does
अरे
have
Geo
his
का unlimited है ना.
drive up and running. So
रिचार्ज वाला नहीं करा है अभी तक.
then he
30
doesn't with
seconds
at least
left.
that the Hunter's Fury play, but they have so much left in the tank with the 5 players still remaining as well.
अरे 5G का रिचार्ज अलग से आता है और 4G का अलग से आता है भाई.
Godliest.
तो 5G का करना
With
है.
that rolling thunder of his, and Patrick just wants blood. He just wanted to chase that kill.
अरे मैं अभी फोन लिया हूँ ना भाई.
His team
मेरा
just hold on.
होने वाला
Get you your kills.
है.
Get away. The stun
और
is
तू बोल रहा था ना
amazing.
settings बोल.
The rolling thunder comes in though. It does save Satoshi. No, it won't. Too many players
Off
to
करना है.
mark upon, and too many players to shoot
हाँ.
for Midnight as well. That's gonna be number 4 for Global Esports.
Mobile data
Once
में
again,
search
team
कर सकते
effort
हैं.
here.
इसमें रहेगा.
Really good stuff. Patrick, I think if he would have just slid out there, might have been more easier. That control at the last second to just tell him, hold on, don't go
Neon
just
love
yet. We're
होने वाला
getting
है.
you in there. You
क्या
can get the
नॉक
kill.
होगा मालूम नहीं.
It was really important for him. And that's going to give Adam another reason for a timeout. Mickey is going to call
मेरा
it
मिड
in.
जाएगा.
And it's not been easy. Both these maps, the start has been difficult for them. I thought that after the pistol and the follow-up, where Adam might actually get off to a good foot here, but clearly the coach is not comfortable.
Yeah, they're having a lot of trouble. Like you mentioned, those 2-round starts from Rare Adam looked incredible. But the problem is, again, there's that variance of, it was
सही नहीं लगा.
we didn't
साइड
have
में मार
utility.
सकते.
But now that
open ही है.
the setup's already been placed here by Global Esports, how are they going to be playing to adjust? And it seems like it hasn't been working out. Even though we did see the double duelists come out, we haven't really seen the value of that really press up. Minato, the thing that he's just been doing is just throwing his double satchel at the very start, right? Trying to catch anybody that he can. but you're not really going to be able to do that. So maybe saving the satchels would be the better option. Raze hasn't been getting as much value with this Yoru as well. I think they wanted to try to cascade maybe the flashes with him and the breach, but it hasn't been working out. Or maybe have a breach done somewhere and maybe get a catch. But because they don't have a initiator that gets information like a Sky or a Sova, he can't really go TP, being sure that there's someone at the back of it right on contact. So they have to be reactive rather than proactive as Rare Adam, which is bad when you're going to be playing on the attacking side.
Yeah, there is a tripwire ran across Minato here, but he's holding that angle, hoping that somebody maybe comes to re-clear this little corner. But they do have 3 players here, and all they need to do is play on the back of that trip. In now.
Camera.
Kelly is clearance. He's gonna lose his life, and so will Yudatan, and that's a problem. But there is a trade-off for Yokam. It's a 1 for 2 though. 3 versus 4 now, and Crystal's gonna be overpowered as well. Poppy all by his lonesome. One goes down. He's got 3 more to shoot upon. Paranoia, aftershock, everything. Flanking as well, but here comes. He's gonna slide into 2 more people and too many bodies to aim towards. 4 and 3. Where Adam just get away with a pretty great round here, all things considered.
We can go.
Yeah, definitely. That's what they definitely wanted to happen. With the who was this that got the catch there? Yeah, it was Minotaur. On top ramp right there, waiting for someone to actually peek through. That was one of the plays that we saw work super well when they were playing on the pistol round. That's gonna be huge. Raze though, where is this going? Oh, top ramp. Very excited to see how this setup works. Okay. No catch though. Alright.
Yep.
तेरे को पता है ना तेरे को स्क्रीनशॉट भेजना है
I do like it all. That recon's brilliant, but he's shooting. Okay, never mind. Readjust, and of course it has to be Crystal. Shooting through smokes is kind of his, silver lining. He usually does find those skills somehow.
भाई वो ग्लोबल esports वालों का इतना सब्सक्राइबर्स होकर तो 2000 लोग ही देख पा रहे हैं.
Zay needs to try and find an opening. And does get spotted. He's gonna go through it, and that's the spike. They do have from the shadows to try and pick it up, but Satoshi's also been spotted. Adam really need to get back from here right now because this fight and this map control is really not in their favor.
इसका ult है ना?
Oh. And they spotted.
ये stun होगा अपना.
Patrick could be bad.
3 health पे है भाई.
This could be the play that breaks the camel's back here. He's gonna have to run through. And he's done enough. And that was all he needed. The timing of that jump towards main on trip was perfect because he just caught them off guard. And it was not enough. Yeah, he can go there, but Kelly's just waiting for him. He's gonna come out. Kelly! No, Kelly! No!
Damage. That's the important thing. Oh, he's down to 56. Okay, so Kelly, even though he failed, he still did the damage. 2 versus 1. The fight's not over.
Yeah, not just yet. It is a 1v2. He's alive. Crystal's alive, but so is Satoshi.
दूसरा भी उधर ही है.
Map 1, and he's looking to do the same on map 2. But he's confused about Crystal's position right now. Does readjust, and Crystal most likely will now be confused. Did he cross over to side? Did he actually tuck in behind the box? And Crystal's rethinking his steps. He's gonna go back. He's gonna find him, but it's gonna be Satoshi who shuts him straight down. What a clutch from the Omen, as once again he's there to save her Adam from extinction.
Yeah, I thought Kelly S had the biggest, the big brain read of just going to the B side. There is still time to play from the shadows and plant the spike, but then out of nowhere, Satoshi just hits the massive shots. Urutan did such a great job at going for the flank before he gets exposed by the opponent's neural theft. And then this one, how does that happen? Absolutely insane from Satoshi, right? And this last shot on Crystal, dude was playing aim labs. Oh,
incredible stuff.
Cutting through.
Oh, this is real life. Okay, there's a play from Raze.
He's gotten in the Dimensional Drift. I was gonna say overdrive for a second, but he's cleared off the B side completely. And the rest of his team actually can join him because B main is completely clear at the moment. But look at Global Esports. They've actually called in. That smoke might help them isolate this fight. Poppy loses life. The swing out comes in finally. Kelly does trade him out. And now it's going to be Patrick to pick up that weapon. He's got a showstopper coming his way. And that's going to just obliterate him. But Kelly's still standing strong. Doing a little bit work for what he missed out on the previous round. It is a 2 versus 3. 1 versus 3. And it's all left on Udaton. His Crystal does not stand his ground on Heaven. He's been spotted now. Has to go back up. Hoping that somebody just walks into his crosshair. And it's not going to be helping him because Satoshi's ready once again to shut things down. Menace, man, continuously for 2 maps in a row. And now that's actually gotten them the lead.
Yeah, that's a pretty big shift of things right now. If Satoshi can rally up, Rare Atom, and again, Global Esports starts feeling the pressure. This could turn into a very different game from what we've seen the past couple of rounds. Again, granted, it was just a different. And that last round was Global Esports, so this is going to be the big challenge. We'll see how this kind of goes. The setup has been the same for Rare Atom these past couple of rounds. They've been just going aggressively into the ramps. But again, Global Esports can just play it farther back because they do have the Cypher just to kind of, again, provide that safety without having to be there in person.
Yeah, Kelly's actually changed his wall as well. Look at the trajectory of that wall. It's going all the way towards mid. It's a little more curved towards A Heaven as well. A little more behind. Oh, that stun is actually pretty great. And it's going to take out Minato. He's going to just spam him straight down. Another spot here for Patrick. He's got a tripwire to help him out towards A main there. And Udaton's going to be swinging on the back of that too. But Rare Atom kind of just suffocated towards this ramp region of the A side. And all 4 of them here, by the way, no real rotation possibility at the moment, except, of course, if Zay decides to teleport away from here. But they've gotten A Heaven control for the moment, and that's the only real estate they currently have been given by Global Esports. Could kind of push in towards spawn, force them to play on site, but no, they're going to go straight out from Heaven. Zay, first point of contact, has 1 player, but Kelly and Patrick just find gaps in these little pushes that Rare Atom are making, and it's just little bit decision mismatch from Rare Atom as they move out of these positions. Yes, they're looking at general directions where they could find players sitting, but unfortunately for them, they just kind of didn't expect that they're going to swing out of these smokes or even from the back side. Those cages from Udaton helping GE even more. Really great, hold here from Global Esports.
I gotta add to that. Not just the cages, but the tripwires too. Those are kind of dirty. I was about to ask, like, was there a camera? Was there a shock or a recon dart that exposed one of the players of Rare Atom? No, it was just one of the tripwires. And then I think because of that, Rare Atom just hesitated for a split second, and that split second was enough for Global Esports to, again, follow up on the site, right, and start defending it better.
Yeah, look at the counter. Look at how quickly Minato just kind of flew in towards mid, and now they've actually gone past that Viper ult. Now anything could be possible. Rare Atom could be in your spawn, they could be anywhere because Kelly's already closed out, but the B main control as a reaction to that mid take is going to come through. It's a 1-for-1 trade, but Satoshi doubles up once again. Crystal's already pretty darn low, and he's going to win this fight. He returns the favor for that clutch that he lost. And now he's going to just drone out to make sure that he's clearing off his backlines. The site is open. There is a teleport that comes in close. He's punching out. The shield from the region might help him here take this fight, but no. Zay is going to confirm that frag. And now we're at him. Look at the position. Weirdly placed. Somehow still works out for them, though, as Udaton's been left alone. And he's got Zay to look upon, open this cam. Still wins that, though. Has some neural theft. 1v2. One's on mid. Call's already been made to rotate towards A, and I think he'll hear this tripwire, unless, of course, he wants to chase them down.
Ooh, no sound from Udaton here. I was about to say.
That's amazing! What? Hey, yo, that is crazy, dude.
I gotta give that a clap. Sorry, that is insane. Udaton with the parkour, man. 1 versus 1 uses the neural theft, gets information. Now he knows where Minato is hunkered down here. 1 versus 1.
Oh, amazing.
My God. Udaton. Oh, finally I could cuss. Just how good that
आगे
that jump over the tripwire was. Jeez.
कितना क्लच निकाला
Man,
1v5 या
that is one of the
1v4
cleanest pieces of movement I've seen in
1v3.
any professional game of Valorant.
1v
That was
two
incredible. So clean, and catches the rope right just before he drops down and wins the round with absolute style. He's like, he should be so proud of himself for doing that.
Oh hell yeah. That was
ये वो वाइपर का बॉल वेंट
he
से
can just
डालता है
put it
ना
on his highlight reels and then and on like YouTube or something.
ये
He's gonna
नॉर्मल बॉल वही
have
है, point
100,000 views in like one day.
Easy.
Crazy. Easy. Farm those
अबे
clips,
यार ये
man.
5G
Alright,
कुछ ज्यादा
65.
ही जल्दी कंज्यूम
Last
हो
round of
जाता
the
है
first half.
1.5 के
Both
हिसाब
teams
से
getting shook by each other. I love this. This is neck and neck,
जो डिस्कॉर्ड में
honestly.
देख रहा है ना
And we've been seeing such different ways of playing Valorant from both sides. And we're going to see something different again from Rare Adam here.
Oh, so look at that setup. The rolling thunder, the flashes, the catch out. Kelly has completely caught with his pants open.
क्यों तुम लोग किधर से देख रहे हो
Rafters, blinded and stunned as well. And Patrick here, a little bit worried about mid. He needs to check this corner. Will he? Yes, he will. You are not aware of this, but look at how quickly Global Esports turns around. Somehow Minato's left alone, but he's pulled out 3 of his own. He's going to have a little bit of trouble from heaven.
घर
And it's only
चल जाएगा
Crystal,
वाईफाई
the
वापस
1v1.
तब तक देखना पड़ेगा
Chunk of damage. He's gonna have to let Minato get away, maybe take the spike. 50 seconds to the round here, and Crystal's just gonna reposition and go back towards A.
Ooh. So this is kind of good because it does allow him to rotate back all the way through spawn. And it is a 1 versus 1, right? So you do want the 50-50 of just knowing if your opponent is either going to go to A or the B site. There's no time for Minato to go around, though. But it does make him kind of frantic of where Crystal is going to go. Now that Crystal's heard that, he knows exactly where the plant's going to be. Now the 1 versus 1. Weapon out. Oh, timing. Crucial here. That's perfect, man. He repositioned, and Minato just had absolutely no clue where Crystal was going to be coming from.
Yeah, but how quickly did this round turn around from Yunatan's double to Patrick finding that kill on towards mid? The reclearance, really important. I love the fact that Patrick just decided to just check that cubby, because most usually if you find that nobody's towards mid, nobody's around those, main angles, sometimes it goes unchecked. But really good stuff here from Global Esports. I wish you could have seen what exactly Yuratan did to get those double kills, but hey, Global Esports take the W, and they're going into the second half with the minimal rounds in their bag. Yeah, I just lost my train of thought.
Yeah. I saw it fine, man. This game makes us lose our train of thought. There's have been
Global Esports का room कितना clean है भाई.
Good setup from Rare Adam there. I think the follow-up was just the thing that really kind of struggled as well, right? We were talking about how this is the face-off is for Global Esports to really hone in this new roster, but in this specific series, it's also for Rare Adam to kind of iron out the kinks, right?
True. Initial mid contact once again through the smoke as they try to maybe break out that tripwire that's been placed by Ueyo. Satoshi's on the other end of it, and he's expecting, he spots the head, and Yunatan delivers it right back to him. And the ghost makes him feel a little nutty. Yuratan's consistently been fragging out for his team in the entire first half, and he continues to do it. And RA getting antsy for information. They want the information on B main, and they're going to put in bodies for it. This is exactly what Juvie mentioned, Nazurai, that once they lose out on a couple of places in the map, they're going to start putting bodies to come in for information. And that's exactly what RA did, and Global Esports was just ready for it.
ऊपर से लो info भी दे नहीं रहे इतना.
One enemy remaining.
Sure, and it's not over just yet. One more for Minato.
पहले ये लोग ने प्रेजेंस दिखाया 3 मिनट का, फिर बाद में 1 मिनट पे था, बाकी 4 मेन आ गए चलते चलते.
Okay, so look at this replay real quick. That was a fraction of like vision for Rudatan there, and he still gets the kill. And of course that good set of string of takeouts on B main, and just everything just followed through, right? So far Global Esports getting a good swing on the second half. And they're not wasting any time here, man. They're buying up as many rifles as they can, and again, hunkering down on that regen shield, as we've seen like 4 people just buy it on that on this round for GE.
Yeah. A couple of pistols to work with here for Rare Adam. Initial smoke towards A to keep off control, and they know that Yuratan, he's basically a resident sleeper on this A main side when he's playing on attack, and Satoshi's keeping a keen eye on him. And Yuratan's actually been allowed to crawl in. Okay, the smoke comes back.
Cage triggered.
Oh, getting up close. There's one, and Yuratan not making it easy for this Chinese team here. You find the second as well, right on heaven as the A side opened up. And while I understand that the chat wants to see Bind and they want Rare Adam to win, I don't think Juby's given any instruction for the team to slow down no matter what the score is. 13-1, 13-5, it doesn't matter. It's just going to be brute forcing their way. By the looks of it, I don't think we're going to see Bind today. Dude, what do you think, Azrai?
I don't know. It's not too early, but not too late to say either. So I have no idea, man. Because Adam surprised us with a couple of really good rounds at the first half. Minato's been doing a lot. Satoshi has had some had some stellar clutch rounds. So if a mixture of those two get into the swing of things in the second half, maybe. Single controller on Bind.
Okay, yeah, no, let's not go there. Let's not go there.
Okay,
Flash.
No,
I think
we
know
like
very
the
well
control.
what we're talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
Single controller bind is
we
never
like
coming back.
the Astro. We like the Viper. There's a lot of
Yep, exactly.
What do you call this? Utility variants you can play with this, right? And that's the reason why Global Esports has such a good control of that first and second half, just because of how good Astra supports and how good Viper can hold a site.
They found my wire.
Yuratan, his trip's been broken, and they're just gonna get back instantly after giving that pressure on him to make sure that he has to commit himself to get that fight. But a reaction instant towards mid-region to take on Vents, and they've sent Patrick to do that job. Minato, is he gonna be checked? Yes, he is, and he readjusts perfectly. Cage has gone up, now they're gonna be confused. Zay needs to be careful whether or not he's crossed on over to the site or has he coming close to him. At the same time, Global Esports just keeping the pressure on ramp as well, but Zay takes out Yuratan. That makes it a little bit easier for them.
Oh.
Back towards B they go. The commitment from Midnight only good for one, as Global Esports still maintaining that equilibrium of men on either side. 3 versus 3. But the A side currently, by the way, is open. And Crystal already making his way there. Maybe it's a fake. I'm not sure if it's a spike. Still on B heaven. And Rare Adam are falling for this.
Yeah. Crystal is super low, though, so him falling down is going to be quite a bit of an issue. Wow, what a trap from Kelly S. Just trap and confidence from him. Just immediately shutting down UAO. 3 versus 2. 3 versus 1. I'm just counting numbers now.
Gun here.
Satoshi, once again, your team calls upon you. You've done a 1v3 before, and this is pretty doable as well. Poppy's down half HP. Kelly is the only healthy one pretty much to fight here, and Crystal's on 1. One paranoia could change this. If he paranoias the backside and takes a fight out swing wide, he could win this one, but he's going to tap the spike first? No, he's going to look for the angles. If the first will not connect the second, Crystal was there as well at the right time to cover him up from main. Almost impossible to win the round. 10-5, and anybody and everybody who asked about the map of Bind and said that we should play single controller on Viper, you guys are tyrants. I do not like trauma. Please stay away from me. Do not mention anything about single controller Viper, because I don't even know when. It never happened. What are you talking about? Azor was not there in the VCT desk when it happened. Absolutely not.
Oh, okay.
You know, yeah. Now you get what we're talking about. Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Now he got it. Okay.
Okay. I thought. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, there you go. Good contact at the very start, though. Can they pick that up? Yeah, no, they can't pick up the weapon at least. But it's a good 4 versus 5 aggressive stance there from Rare Adam.
Midnight. Ready for the contact. He's got his stun. He's going to jump peek once again. Needs information. He's got nothing to work with here. Satoshi coming in to help him out, but the smoke's gone down. They set up Kelly S for that Vent's position, and he's actually going to be able to re-clear so much of this. They're going to follow them through. They're going to run in, give a little bit of sound. Now they're aware of the fact that Vents has been taken by Global Esports, but B is where majority of the attention now is spanning towards from G.
भाई ये किधर लगा है? मस्त काम लगा है. कैसे लगा रहेगा ये इधर?
At least this does give some information, right, on how they're
Heaven में खड़े
approaching.
होते
Do they have any like?
वही
Okay,
दूर है।
this just breaks down. There it
Whatever
is.
is this?
Breaks down. They go into the side, so it's all gonna be into Minato. But unfortunately, Ueo just could not give that
30 seconds
support to his teammate. Goes out, gets flummoxed, and now it's Raze.
Ooh.
And Poppy's just cleaning up house. This is just 2 versus 2. Still not done yet. Big flag
Yeah.
coming in from Satoshi as well from B main. So there is possibility right now for this round to still swing the favor for Adam. There's still no spike to be planted down.
Enemy remaining.
ये पे बच गया।
Crystal, my God, 9 seconds, man. He's gotta have to do something right here and now.
Oh, that's actually a great plan from him as well. Unless, of course, he's been spotted. Yeah, he knows he's here. But Crystal gonna reposition pretty quickly on towards spawn. He's got a drone to play. He's got a shock dart as well. But he's just gonna escape on towards heaven. The repositioning is gonna be paramount here. Does the Breach expect this?
पांच
Midnight.
स्टार
He's not looking even in remotely in the general direction.
Nice-
and
nice
Crystal
answer,
once
Papa.
again with the clutch.
Welcome.
Global Esports kind of almost let this slip away, losing 2 players as soon as they entered that B site, where Adam had a good chance to actually make this, work. But that cosmic divide actually helped break that crossfire between Satoshi and Midnight, because he couldn't come out of heaven. And even though Poppy went down, the trade was instantaneous, and Crystal, at the right moment, decided to rotate around and call the fake, the bluff on the tap of the spike. Perfect, once again, from Global Esports.
Yeah, and the problem right here for Rare Adam, I think is you're in that spot now where it's just getting into your head, right? It's just messing you up. Like, he would have probably expected as well the rotation from Crystal if he waited for like 5 seconds and no one was there, but this is just brutal here for Rare Adam. Oh,
Yeah.
gosh.
I know exactly
okay.
where you are.
They're just steamrolling them down right now, and it's going to be Zay and Ueo, the only ones left, and they've been spotted as well. The neural theft gives enough information. A little too confident here. Patrick didn't have to
Spike
overcommit.
planted.
Overstayed his welcome there, and they're going to go for the save now as match point approaches pretty quick.
Yeah, save the weapon if you can. Idiots. Yeah, it's probably gonna be 12-5 for sure. It's just the way that they're playing is just to try to save the weapon for as long as possible. Although Raze could lose his operator.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
going to lose it. Global Esports are not backing down. They've got money for days, so they're not, too afraid of breaking the bank for as many rounds as possible, at least for the next 2 at the bare minimum. But this is so far been a statement from Global Esports compared to after what happened yesterday.
Yeah, a definite different swing. I wonder if Poppy's gonna, pick up that operator for his for maybe Patrick here. Just kind of wondering, right? Anyways, that was a clean push. Like the drop from Satoshi to just try to deal with Patrick, and it just did nothing. Really cleared up the site. Now, I don't know if they can swing it one more round potentially, but Global Esports definitely has full control of this game.
Yep, by a distance at that as well. A final desperate attempt to try and maybe keep things intact. They do have the dimensional drift, if at all. They want to get some control, some information, just,
2-0 to close.
find out where these Global Esports players are situated. But Zay's just going to hold on. He's got a flash in his hand, and he's got his breach alongside the double flash, but it doesn't matter. Not a single player blinded, and Crystal just taps him straight down. And that's going to be a big ultimate taken away. Could be the beginning of the end as well. That gives Crystal a Hunter's Fury as well. So Global Esports have now 2 big win conditions to finish off this game right here.
नेट के लगे पड़े लोग में से कोई इंसान तो यार
Urutan's also slowly creeping up here, possibly to get some control on that A site. If Satoshi doesn't actually catch this,
कस्टमर आ रहे हैं बाद में डाल
Urutan just pushes all the way through spawn, and this gets completely undetected by Rare Adam. That, or he just waits and just lurks and just sees if he's the one who's going to be able to get a free kill potentially. Crystal just rips out the ultimate, can't find Ueo, who does have a sick setup here at the back of the B site.
Yeah, Urutan's found one more and towards mid though, and that's gonna give them the opening onto heaven. Now Ueo is pretty much done and dusted here. Urutan's gonna take care of him. Satoshi does deploy the paranoia, but it's not gonna be enough. The pressure is too high, and the B side has to be given away. They relinquish control, and here comes the overdrive to finish things off. It seems Minato's gonna hold on as he's going to wait for Utah to come in from behind him. And it's not going to be needed. It's Team Crystal through the smoke once again. Finds them first, and Utah to finish it off. A statement victory from Global Esports here, ladies and gentlemen, as they finish off the series 2-0, 13-1, and 13-5.
Yeah, decisive. And this is exactly, this is what Global Esports definitely wanted for an outcome, right? Is all of their ideas coming in and just working. The pieces that they have placed into certain roles have been just kind of working as well. And I gotta say, the